Welcome to another video. My name's Sam and today we are checking out the G1s from DPVR. These are smart glasses that, believe it or not, are less than $100. I'll say that again. These are less than $100. I'll just sit here while you process that. So yeah, smart glasses, less than $100 that do video, take photos, can just capture audio if you want to just narrate and listen back to it later, have built-in AI, built-in storage, all of that goodness. So if that sounds good to you, stick around because I'm going to show you these glasses, what they have to offer, the good, the bad, the things that could be improved, and then you can make up your mind if these are smart glasses that you want to pick up for yourself. So enough chit chat, let's get on with the video, shall we? Game on. Now, before we go any further, full transparency, DPVR did send me these glasses for review. However, no money has exchanged hands. All thoughts are my own, so they're not dictating what I say. So I'm going to tell you what's good. I'm also going to tell you what's bad about these. So full transparency regarding all of that. But the G1s from DPVR, this is them. A nice pair of glasses. Now, notice they are quite thicker framed than, like, say, the glasses that I wear myself. But all in all, a nice looking pair of glasses. So let's talk about the inputs and outputs of this device. On the right arm at the top, we have one singular button. This is used for turning the device on, turning it off, taking photos, starting a video recording, as well as stopping a video recording. On the side, we have a touch area. This is for increasing and decreasing the volume because it's got speakers, which we'll come to in a bit. Waking up your phone's AI, as well as skipping tracks if you're listening to music. Underneath, we have another button which is used for waking up the AI of the glasses itself. Also for initiating and stopping just an audio recording using the microphone, as well as getting AI quick image recognition. So if you want to know what you're looking at, for example, you just press the button, it'll take a photo and tell you what you're looking at. We also have this small pinhole area. This is the microphone itself. Next to that, we have the magnetic connection for charging the glasses, and then we've got two speakers. On the other arm underneath, we also have two speakers. So we have dual channel stereo speakers on these glasses. Looking on the front, we have the 8 megapixel camera, as well as on the other side, the LED light indicator. So when you're taking photos or recording a video, if you're taking a photo, this will flash when that photo is being taken. If you're recording videos, this light will be on. And that is it when it comes to what the glasses have on them and have to offer. So if you do pick these up, the things that you'll get in the box are the glasses themselves. You'll get a cleaning cloth, a charging cable, which is magnetically attaching via those connectors, and a manual. Now let's talk about the important things. If you're wanting to get yourself some smart glasses, you're primarily interested in the photo and the video quality, let's face it. You want to wear these so you can go out and take videos without having your phone up. You want to be able to enjoy life whilst you're recording and just be more involved in things. So let's talk about the camera. Now it is an 8 megapixel camera, and it shoots at, from my testing, 1280 by 960, which is a 4:3 aspect ratio. And it was recording at 29.92 frames per second. It's not the best in the world, but also at the same time, for smart glasses being under $100, you're getting what you pay for. Same goes for when you're taking a photo. However, the resolution it was pumping out and given to me was 3280 by 2464, which again is a 4:3 aspect ratio. Now, I'm going to put up on the screen some footage that I went out and recorded, went for a little walk, so you can see the quality of the video, as well as the microphone. So listen out to that and let me know what you think. So it'll be interesting to see what the quality of this video, the microphone is when out and about,
just recording normal life stuff. I have my suspicions, but I'll leave that for when I get back and I'm editing and reviewing all of this. But I'm going to make a prediction based on prior tests that quality is going to be decent enough, video-wise. Audio-wise, not so much. But we'll see. What I was curious about is obviously the video can only record for 3 minutes, and I wanted to know, whilst obviously you're recording, there's a light that is showing so other people around you know that you're recording. But how do you know, as in the person that's wearing the glasses, when the recording has stopped? Now thankfully, when you start recording, there's a chime that plays, and when it stops after the 3 minute count, a chime also plays. So thankfully, there is an indication of when the recording stops, so that if you want to continue recording or start another one, you know when you can do that. So that's good. I like that. Beautiful day today as well. Not a cloud in the sky. Look at that. If you can see. Now, one thing that they advertise on their website for these glasses is that there's built-in stability or anti-shake, or again, I'll have actual terminology and showcase that to you. But this is a demonstration to show that I don't think it really does. So I was to simulate like I was on a bike, for example. If I grab the glasses now and I give them a little shake, like I'm going over some stones or something. Yeah, so that's some turbulence. I don't think that's stabilized at all. I think it's kind of shaky.
So now that you've seen the quality of the video and heard the microphone, what do you think of this so far? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, I'll also put up on the screen now some still photos that I've taken with these glasses so you can see what just a photo looks like with these. Again, let me know down in the comments below what you think of these images. Again, they are 4:3 aspect ratio, but the quality is pretty decent, especially, like I've said again, for smart glasses that are under $100. And now to do one final test and demonstration for you guys, I'm going to turn these glasses on, stick them on top of my camera here, and I'm going to start a recording.
So you can see the quality of this video inside with I've got two Elgato key lights on at the moment, but also you can hear the difference, hear the quality of the microphone that is on these glasses. Now the interesting thing is, comparing this to the video of me when I was out on a walk, obviously the microphone is a lot further away, but this is the sort of audio quality that you get if you were face to face with someone, and this is how it would pick them up. So, what do you think of this so far?
Now, smart glasses wouldn't be very good if the battery didn't last very long, so let me give you the details on that. The glasses are using a 290 milliamp battery, which they're saying on the website is 8 hours worth. This obviously varies depending on what you're using the glasses for. If you're constantly using it to take photos and videos, you're probably not going to get it just took a photo without me using them. I guess it heard something, maybe thought I said take a photo. Yeah, it just took another photo, so it heard that. It's listening to me. It's constantly listening. Slightly worrying. But they're saying, I'll put some information up on the screen now. They're saying if you're just listening to music, you're going to get about 8 hours worth. If you're just using the smart glasses to answer phone calls because you pair the glasses with your phone via Bluetooth, you're going to get 8 hours worth. And if you're not using them at all, the battery's going to last apparently 5 days. I don't know why you'd be wearing them if you weren't going to use them. So I doubt you're ever going to get actually 5 days worth, because you're always going to be doing something with them if you're wearing them. Otherwise, you just put on your normal glasses. But if you're going to use these as your main glasses, then yeah, maybe you are going to get up to 5 days battery if you're not using the features of the smart glasses. Now the glasses themselves do have built-in storage, so you can be taking as many photos and videos as you want, and it's all going to be stored on the glasses. But how do you get them off the glasses and on your phone or on your computer? So there is an app that you are recommended to download and install so you can get the most out of your smart glasses, and this is called Hey Cyan. And I still haven't turned that off, and it just heard me. I'm going to turn these off. There we go. So with those not listening to me now, so there is an app called Hey Cyan that allows you to, it teaches you how to use the glasses and all of its functionality, but it also allows you to choose what sort of AI mode you want. It's got a range of different ones, from quick response, which will be less detailed in its understanding and what it gives you, all the way down to like the most detailed, which takes longer for obviously it to process and understand things. You've also got the options of setting the max length of a video recording, which is 3 minutes, I believe. And then also the max length of if you're just doing an audio recording. So if you just wanted to dictate to yourself some notes or whatever, you've just got an audio file. I think that's pretty long. I think it's 120 minutes worth. If I'm wrong, I'll put something on the screen with the actual amount, but I'm pretty sure it's 120 minutes. So quite substantial, but again, that's just an audio file. So you've just taken some photos, some videos, and you want to transfer them onto your phone and onto the computer. You just open up the Hey Cyan app, go to the album section, and it will say, oh, you've got 10 new things to import. You hit the import button, it'll import them into the app's gallery, into its album, and you can then view them straight there and then from the app. However, if you're like me and you want them actually in your main phone's gallery, by default, you'd have to manually transfer them. However, in the settings, there is an option to automatically then sync with your gallery. So if you do grab these, jump into the settings and turn that on. Also, there's a watermark for whatever reason. Turn that off. Who wants a watermark on their photos and videos? So in doing that, once you then manually import them into the app, it'll sync them automatically with your phone's gallery. AI recognition and conversation-wise isn't the best. I've had good results and I've also had bad results. Good results being, yeah, I take a photo and I say, you know, what can you see? And it tells me quite accurately what it sees. It says, oh, I can see a cluttered desk with computer monitors in a dimly lit room. So yeah, that's pretty accurate. However, other times I'm saying, what am I looking at now? And I'm pointing at something and it completely ignores what I'm pointing at and will still just describe the scene. You have to be quite specific sometimes, like, what am I pointing at right now? And then it will tell you obviously what you're pointing at. However, its accuracy depends on what mode you set in, which we talked about earlier. With it being AI, you can ask the usual things like, what's the weather like outside? And, you know, things like that. However, I've found that to be quite hit and miss. I've had multiple occasions when I've asked what's the weather like outside and it just ignores me. It chimes to say, yeah, I've heard you. And then it chimes again saying, no, I'm not going to answer. I don't know if it's because I'm not asking it in a specific phrase, but it's been like a bit hit and miss. I've also had other times where I've just asked general questions and it just blatantly ignores me. So I don't entirely know what's going on there, but AI on it is good and bad at the same time. So it depends on what mood it's in, I guess. Now, one of the things I've enjoyed doing with these glasses is as I'm just walking around, listening to music, the quality of them is pretty decent. Not obviously as great as some Beats headphones, for example, but again, you're getting what you pay for. The audio quality is decent. It's, you know, enjoyable. So if you're just casually walking around the house, listening to a podcast or listening to some music, it is good enough. One thing that I have had an issue with is on the side, the touch area, you're meant to be able to double press to play music, double tap again to pause or stop the music. If I double tap, no music plays. It doesn't open up an app and play my music on Spotify, for example. If I go into my phone and start playing music, I can double tap and it will stop it. But then double tapping it again doesn't resume it. I think it's meant to though, because on one occasion, I believe I double tapped and it did actually resume. However, I've not been able to get it to do that ever again since. So, not the best. It's a bit inconvenient, like you're wearing smart technology, but you gotta keep going to your phone to do things. Obviously, these things can be improved with firmware and software updates, so I hope that does come down the line. just be aware of that if you do pick some of these up. Now, me being a glasses wearer myself, I can't wear these properly because I don't have prescription lenses for these. And unfortunately, DPVR themselves don't provide prescription lenses. I'm still on the hunt for someone that can actually do prescription lenses for these glasses. I've talked to different opticians and they won't touch them. They recommend dealing with independent opticians, primarily because all the opticians that I've been to don't want to actually touch these because they're smart glasses and they don't want to damage or ruin the cameras in those, liability or whatever. So they've suggested going to some independent opticians, which is what I'm in the process of doing. I've also reached out to different companies to see if they are something that they can handle. So if you're like me and you actually wear glasses, bear that in mind. If you don't wear glasses and your vision's perfect, I'm very jealous, by the way, then you're going to have no issues with these. I mean, obviously you can wear them over the top of your glasses. It is not exactly the most comfortable thing to do. So you will need to source some prescription lenses for yourself. Much like the Meta Ray-Bans, these are pop in and out or click in and out, wherever the terminology is. So you can just remove them yourself and put in prescription lenses. That's not a problem. If and when I do get some, I'll update the description down below. And I'll also do a video on how to change the lenses in these. For people like me that wear prescription glasses, just something to be aware of. All in all though, I think for less than $100, these are fantastic smart glasses. So if you're wanting to dip your toe into wearable tech, but you don't want to spend a fortune on some Meta Ray-Bans, for example, the G1s from DPVR might be the perfect fit for you. I'd love to know your thoughts though on this video and of these glasses. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of it all. What do you think of the quality of the microphone, of the video, of the photos? What is it that you're looking for in smart glasses? Let's have a discussion down below. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on future content. And I'd just like to reiterate, hitting that like button does more than you can imagine. It tells YouTube that this is a video worth watching and helps promote it to other people. It tells them that it's a video worth watching and that you've enjoyed it. It also tells me that you've enjoyed it. So please, if you have found this video useful and helpful, please, please, please hit that like button. Anyway, I'll have links down in the description. I'll have an affiliate link if you want to help support the channel and you want to pick some of these up. I'll have just a normal link down there as well if you don't want to do affiliate stuff. That's completely fine, full transparency. All information will be down there. If I do get prescription lenses in the future, I'll put that information down there as well. But yeah, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and game on.